up, dog?
What up, man? Good to see you, brother.
What up, my boy? How you doing, family?
I was walking back there, walking in the backyard. I saw a little fox take off. I saw some badger or some shit running the woods. I was like, oh, Lord.
To be honest, like, it was, when I was looking at the cribs, it really wasn't that much. Like, it was either you spend a good amount of money. Like, here's where, like, they don't got pools. Everybody go to South Jersey.
Yeah.
They go to, like, Jersey Shore. And so, like, you get a crib and, like, there'd be some nice parts of it, but it wasn't no pool, or it wasn't a finished basement, or, like, you need to add, like, 1 or 2 more rooms. Yeah. So, like, we were just like, all right, I mean, let's find something where it's finished already. We can add our little touches to it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, we from this area anyway.
Oh, okay.
I'm about to ask that.
I'm like 45 minutes from here.
Oh,
My
okay.
lady's like an hour and 30.
I was just walking around the yard, and your kids came home, was like, who is that?
She's so dang cute, man.
That's Jada for sure.
She is so cute.
Oh, both of them.
You want to listen in, Jada? You just gotta be quiet. Come here, you come here. You sure?
Yeah, she like, if y'all gonna try to make me be quiet, then I ain't trying to.
72.
Yeah, she like, I ain't really trying to do all that.
How y'all been there? Y'all been good?
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna start running.
Freddie T been in London town, man, wearing peacoats.
I've been working.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Then move around, do some stuff with the team, man. Seeing you light things up, it's crazy.
For sure, I appreciate that.
I was just about to say, can we say we running for what he's doing right now?
No, he really running. We're
traveling.
walking.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up. On the mission got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On the vision I can trust. Limitless, niggas to me can't pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling got me up.
You're our family, so first of all, thank you for taking the time during the season, man. We understand how important these days are. We've been texting a little bit about sitting down, so I just want to say we appreciate you. Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark, welcome to The Pivot, a part of Fanatics. Pivot fam, thank you for always pivoting with us. So after Monday Night Football, Jason Kelce was just saying, how good of a dude you were. And I was like, he's been that way. I met him in college at the opening. He's always been that way. Continue to be a leader in the locker room. But I think there's a clip from last game that shows that more than anything. You're playing against the team that drafted you. You have an opportunity to break your career high in rushing yards, but you said you wanted to let the young guys eat. What was it in that moment that you were thinking that said, it'll be better for me to allow my teammates to get shine than have some sort of act of vengeance on my old team by breaking my career rushing record?
I mean, it was never about vengeance for me going into that game, to be honest. I struggled with that a little bit, but unbelievable supporting cast, whether it's my family, friends, coaches, teammates. But in that moment, which I kind of wish never went viral or kind of made it out there, obviously, shout out to the Eagles PR team. I know I was mic'd up, but I feel like it takes away from being authentic. But for me, it's like I see how hard, Kenny and Will Shipley worked. And I think Kenny's a really, really good running back. I tell him all the time, I got the scoop on him. Everyone sees him as a smaller back. They don't know how strong he is. And I get to compete with him in the weight room every single day. And then the Will Shipley kid, he's special. I think he's going to be a really good player in the future. And he loves ball. He loves the game. So, sometimes my motivation is to go out there and get the job done. So I could see my guys shine. And the opportunity came where, Coach came up to me. And I appreciate Coach. A lot of coaches don't do that. But being so locked in and to the game and understanding his players, like to some people, like they want that moment. They want that moment, rightfully so. But for me, it was all about like, hey, like we work just as hard together. The reason why I'm able to get this amount of yards is be able to feel fresh because Kenny was out there balling with me. Will come in practice, takes reps from me. So I just want those guys to go out there and get their burn.
I think that was you and your more authentic self. You said you don't believe it's as authentic. I believe I think the opposite, the total opposite.
It's when it comes out, though, because it's like everything is like, I just feel like, it's different when you're on a show and like how this, like we talking, we chopping it up, but like everything is like clickbait and it's like, oh, we have this moment. It's like, all right, the Eagles posted it and it's like I said, shout out to them, but it's like, all right, SportsCenter and this and that and that. And it's like, I mean, like when you look at it, like it's weird looking at it yourself saying it.
Correct.
And you remember like people probably thinking like, oh, it's like people that don't know me, like are like probably like, oh, you know, is he doing this just because the camera on him? In reality, it's like I wish that moment never.
But people don't understand though, Fred. Like you forget you're mic'd up though.
Correct.
Going out, you know, because you telling the homies like, hey.
Yeah.
You know, but once you get going, like you're just being yourself. And so, you know, for anybody who gets to hear this or see this, you know, because I do want Fred to go, I hope they know that when you're playing in the game, your thought isn't, okay, I'm going to share this moment so it gets out. Like you are truly just living in your reality and in the present.
Yeah, and I just want to add that, you know, I thought it was an amazing gesture, you know, you just sort of kind of give it back to the young boys and want to give them an opportunity to build. But there was something else going on through your mind. You were just sitting there. Was it anything else going through your mind? You were reflecting on the game, the opportunity, or just being in that moment?
I was just kind of in the moment, just being in the moment. I broke a long run. I'm probably processing how I could score in that run. I had 3 triples that game. I didn't hit the home run. I had like a 55-yarder, 40, like 2 40-yarders. So I'm probably in my mind thinking like, all right, what can I do in that moment to get even more yards or find a way to score? And I was kind of just chilling, you know, waiting, you know, kind of getting ready for if I got to go back in. And then coach came up to me and just hollered at me.
As I look at the Saquon Barkley career, you could have broke all kind of records staying in the game.
Yeah.
You could have went for 2. You could have broke your personal single game record. You could have broke the single game record in the stadium. It was so many things after the situation happened, like you're saying, you're reading like, damn, bro, get your 8 more carries and see what can happen. Like, I'm looking at it like that.
You got to think about it, like, if coach never came up to me, I wouldn't have even known. I just learned that, like, I didn't just learn, like, I've known that your stats pop up, but, like, some people, like, know, like, exactly what they had. Like, for me, like, it's more of a feel. Like, I know when I'm going crazy.
It wasn't me. It was EJ. It was Edrin.
I know when I'm going crazy, and I know when I'm playing bad, but, like, I never, like even, like, for the first game this year, like, until you see the stat sheet, like Green Bay, I didn't feel like I rushed for 100 yards against Green Bay, and I looked back, I was like, oh, okay, I did have 100 yards. Yeah. So like in a moment you don't know, like I knew I was playing pretty well, but like I was kind of just like, I was so focused on making sure like this moment is not bigger than what it needs to be. It's just another game, because I do have a little fiery competitive side that I really don't show, and I was trying to make sure that it was, you know, I was even kill, locked in. So that was just the mindset for the whole time.
So the competitive side, you can do everything. You know, I remember starting to pay attention to you at Penn State, and you talking about things going viral. There's obviously the clip from the drill at practice where you evade people, you back up, you get through, team goes crazy. There's a catch you make on the sideline, and you have a decision to make. And I always talk about these decisions, right? These decisions I felt defined me. If a running back has a ball and it's a defender, who turns it down? And on one of those plays, you ran straight at the defender, lowered your pads, and run him over. Is part of that a mindset you're trying to instill in your team that even with all the talent, even with what people may say about me, I have to come out here and prove it every single week? And I'm going to start by showing you what I'm willing to sacrifice and give in order to gain an extra yard.
Nah, I think it was just in a moment. It was like the second or third play after I just got booed too. So I think I didn't even think about it. It wasn't like, I didn't come with the mindset. It was like, I'm gonna set a message, like I'm gonna set the tone. You always want to set the tone. That's a mindset going to every single game. I just caught the ball, and I remember just sizing him up. I've been working on this move a lot, and I kind of gave him something to see how he react. And I saw that he was just sitting there, and I was just like, all right, well, you know, it's just science. Like you're standing, I mean, you're standing there.
Take this shoulder.
Like, you're standing right there. You're on your heels, so and I got nowhere to go.
Right.
Boom, and then I spun off, and I still didn't go down. And that's when I kind of was like, all right, like I'm definitely in my bag. I'm definitely in my groove. And I went to sideline. I was like, all right, come on, like find ways to get me involved. Find ways to get me involved. Yeah. The game slowly just opened up.
Bro, were you surprised by the boos? Because I remember, remember Jason Taylor? Mm-hmm. I played with him in Miami. He ended up signing with the Jets, who same thing, division rivals.
So I'm not the first player of all time to ever do this?
No,
that's how people act. People act like I'm the first player to ever switch teams.
But you're in New York.
Like, it's crazy.
That's New York, Philly.
Yeah, but I was going to say, was it a surprise? Like you said, it was the third play I got booed. You're like, did you like, damn, all I did for y'all?
So like I said early in the week, right? I think I set myself up for failure, to be honest. Because I said early in the week, I don't think I'm going to get booed, right? Because like in basketball, you get booed. Like those guys get booed because they like. There's not really like an opportunity where you get your one-on-one shot. Like I'm gonna get booed. And like Zeke, my boy Will Greer, he played with Zeke in Dallas. Like when Zeke went to New England, he came back. Like they put him on a board. Like thank you to Zeke. And I'm like, I know I'm not getting that in New York. So I was like, that's really the only moment that they can boo. Like I'm probably gonna get boos in the pregame and stuff like that. I ain't getting nothing really, but kid you not, they went 3 and out, and the O-line's out there. You know how like it's TV timeout. So I'm just like, I'm in my normal bag. I'm going out there, and when I started walking out there, I was like, whoa. And like, if you ever heard 50,000 or 60,000 fans boo you, like, but to be honest, like, full transparent, like it really made me feel like something other. Like I've never had that feeling before, because like usually you'd be like, damn, some people like, damn, they booing me. It wasn't really like that. I really was like, I'm really that motherfucker that they are booing me. Right. Like, cause you don't just get booed. Like if I was some scrub, I'm not gonna get booed. So it was more of like a compliment to me. And I really was just like, okay. And I even went to the sideline after the 3rd down. I was like, you think they gonna boo the whole time? And my coach laughed and it was just like, yeah, they gonna boo. And I just smiled back at him. I said, all right, let me give them something to boo about. So it was more like, that was like it kind of helped me, if anything, gave me a little extra juice.
Jazz Chisholm just said when they were making the playoff run, I want to say he was in Kansas City and he was booed. And he said after the game, they don't boo nobodies. So
Fair
it's
statement.
sort of like what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
fair statement,
they
yeah.
boo you, they're booing you for a reason.
Yeah, I think they'll be better off booing their front office after releasing that Hard Knocks clip, and they certainly deserve it. Last time we had you on the show, I believe I left you with a message saying, before you can remind anyone who you are, you have to remind yourself. Mm-hmm. Are you him?
I do believe so. I do believe so, and I think it's a beautiful thing because life presents you with so many different challenges and so many different diversities, and whether it's injuries, whether it's stuff, people have stuff going in their personal lives. For me, it's like you always got to find a way to remind yourself that you are that person. And it started this season with my coach, my coach, Jamal. He told me straight up, like, coming out of the draft, like, I was one of his favorite people that he ever scouted coming out. And we have the opportunity to do something special. And I want you to know to let yourself and remind yourself that you are him. And it's crazy because it went from last time I talked to you guys, like, if you just where I was in my headspace, I was like, I'm on kill mode, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to remind everybody. Then like I felt like I did that, and then it's like now I'm sitting here hoping, praying for a contract or trying to get something done that I felt like that was right for me, and still trying to be part of the team that I want to be part of. And then it's like, you're like, nope, boom. Then I'm like, you know what? All right, I'm gonna bet on myself. And I bet on myself. Week 2, I hurt my ankle on a play setting up the field goal to win the game. Right. And I played well. I didn't play well in the beginning, but I like came back and balled, made some big plays. So then you like have a high ankle sprain, you go through that whole year and all the drama, and then the hard knocks in the off season, all the drama, not know where you're gonna go, and then you get signed. So like I'm in off season in camp, like I'm grinding, I'm working, and I'm getting my swagger back. But sometimes you need people in your life to help you remind that, and confidence is important, and it comes from yourself, but it's also beautiful things when you have people that genuinely care about you and love you, whether it's family members, friends, teammate. In this scenario, my coach, letting me know that it's like we can do something special, and we are going to do something special, and let's get to positive self-talk, and let's start putting that in the atmosphere, start putting that in the universe, and let's go out there and do it.
Speaking of positive self-talk and having to remind yourself who you are, you have a great debut, right? 3 tubs, catching wheel routes down the sideline in Brazil. You go for over 100 yards. Now it's like Philadelphia gets to see Saquon Barkley up close. It's Monday Night Football. The entire world is watching. You guys are trying to ice the game away. I think Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore make the right call. They put the football in their MVP candidate as a quarterback from 2 years ago, Jalen Hurts' hands, and one of the best football players in the world, Saquon Barkley. Throw the ball to the flat, hits off of your hands. Kirk Cousins ends up having a game-winning drive. What were the immediate moments like after that, and the feelings of processing that in order to come back and continue to go out on the field and prove to yourself again that you are that guy?
100%. That's a great question. Don't feed into the bullshit. The positive and the negative, you can't at all, because you got to stay like this, because there's so many highs and there's so many lows. Like right now, I can't even go on social media without seeing my face and everyone's saying this about me. But like you said, literally 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was a laughing stock. I was in memes. People made like this is actually kind of funny. Some guy made like a 2-minute video of like my lowlights. I've never seen this before. Like not highlights, my lowlights, like all my drops that I've had in the past couple years. So it's like, don't feed into it. Just reminding yourself, like, I'm in such a better space right now, and also want to give a shout out to my trainer, Ryan Ferry. Just focusing on the little things, focusing on the details, and not just saying about like obviously I'm not perfect in it, but still improving on that. But I have a planner, like I'm writing every single day, like knowing what my schedule is, like so staying so locked in and so focused on the moment, and really how can I get better day by day by day by day. So when I have those downfalls like that, it's like, you know what, all right. Don't panic, because before in the past, like when I would have a bad game, I would be like, or when I would have a play like that, I'm like, what I do? Like I go back, I got to change this, I got to change that. It's like, no, like I woke up, just got there a little earlier than I normally did, caught like 100, 200 catches, and just went right back to work. Same thing this week, I went back, everyone's like, oh man, great game, like you went back, like you gave it to the Giants. Like that's how everybody feels, but for me, I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is. I'm on to the next one. And when my mindset is like that, that's how I'm able to balance the highs and the lows, because it's going to happen again. I'm going to have a low at this point, and I'm going to have multiple more highs too. So it's like, just keep moving on to the next, stay locked in, stay focused on the little things and the details.
After that play, because we all watching, that was prime time, everybody watching it. Do you talk to Nick? Do you talk to Jalen? Do you talk like, what after that where everybody say, hey, you catch that ball, game time?
Yeah.
And then Kirk goes and does it, which was an amazing drive. You got to give credit where credit's due. Do you go and have a conversation with Coach, talk to Jay, great pass, it was on me? Like, how does that go as soon as the emotion's sitting there post game?
Everybody come to you. That's the crazy thing. And I think that's the beauty of the culture that we have in this locker room. Jalen, first thing Jalen said to me was like, I'll call that play 10 times out of 10 times. And I'm like, you damn right. Like, I think it was a great play call. Like, this is what you want. This is a moment you want. And there's going to be moments again that, I'm going to have to rise to the occasion. In that situation, I didn't. Did I fail in that moment? No, I don't really, believe in failing. I believe in just, lessons, and you learn from it and you move on. And then even like with Sirianni, like talking to him on the phone, like he's going back and processing what he felt like he should have done better. And I'm like, no matter, like in that situation, I gotta be better. But it's more of a like, I got your back, you got my back mentality. And I think it's a beautiful thing that we have right now. And that's why I think you see we're slowly starting to catch our groove.
Rocky IV. You familiar with Rocky IV?
I'm familiar with Rocky. I don't know which one for.
Apollo.
Russian. Ivan Drago.
Yeah, I know.
Really, because I text them after the game. I text your stats and everything. Remember my text? I said Saquon was on his revenge tour. But here you was like, no, it's nothing like that at all. We had Kayvon Tibbs on the show for our training camp tour. And he said he was looking forward to the opportunity. Obviously, he's been banged up and out. I personally wanted to destroy my old team when I got an opportunity to play them. I wasn't healthy, but I wanted to destroy them. Why weren't you in that mindset?
What I get out of it, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna move on to the next week no matter what. They play the Steelers. They play Monday night. They still got to get ready for Pittsburgh, and I still got to get ready, and we still got to get ready for Cincinnati. So it's like I get nothing out of it. Like I don't play this game for pat on the backs or being like, look at, like, you really stuck it to him. Like, I play the game because, like, we've had conversation. I want to be great. Like, I want to be mentioned with you. I want to be mentioned with all those guys up there. So it wasn't like, hey, look at me. Like, this is business. This is what I do. Like, this is the type of player that I am. This is the type of player I'm going to continue to be. I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm smart. I'm taking care of my body. I'm in a great headspace right now. It's like, I'm not going to let, just because somebody over there took opportunity on a TV show to, kind of try to play me. And like this part of that, like you see it, like I'm like, all right, but having a conversation with everyone, it's like, bro, I'm happy, I'm smiling, my family's good, I'm healthy, I got the contract that I want, I'm in the place that I want to be, I'm where I'm supposed to be at the right time. So I'm not going to even give that person or any of those people over there that energy. I'm going to keep it pushing and keep moving on.
Yeah, no, I actually I didn't know the exact answer, but I just wanted to sort of lay it up so that it can come from your mouth to the viewers or the fans, because they don't always understand the business side of our game.
Yeah.
And everything that was involved in that offseason move came down to it, because you've always been a special person, first and foremost, a special player. even from the owner's comments saying you're the best player on the team. And everyone in the entire world knows that. But this is just the natural business of the game. And to hear you say, look, no, I've moved on. This is where I am. I'm in a great space. I firmly believe that there are great things, ahead of you. So just continue down that road on that mindset, man. And like always, I'm always there rooting for you. Even when we're not talking, I'm there rooting for you. It's nothing like seeing you get off and to split the seam and to take it. 38, 41, and 55. Trust me, I know. Those house calls.
Chan, bro, these MLB playoffs been wild.
You talking about crazy, but we got the best two teams, the Dodgers and Yanks, baby.
Okay, so who you got?
I'm riding with the Dodgers. 2 big payrolls now. Them boys went out there, but, bro, Mookie, Shohei, that lineup. I know the Yanks got the dogs over there too, but I'm riding with the Dodgers this playoff.
Hey, man, all I know, if you're a baseball fan, you need the Fanatics app. You can shop your favorite team, you can get World Series gear, and also you can play free games daily for a chance to win up to $1 million. And it's all in the new Fanatics app. Make sure you download today. My career was different from Fred's, I wasn't drafted, so I never kind of had that home. I didn't feel that to be in that space until you get to Pittsburgh and they kind of accept you. And you grew up in Jersey, right? It was billed as the perfect story, right? This kid that grew up here gets an opportunity to play for the hometown team. He becomes a superstar. It was like a story that was writing itself. And then it takes that turn. Like you said, we did talk and you were like, okay, I'm gonna go out and show everybody. And we had a conversation away from the cameras where you shared some things with us. And I know you're good now, but how difficult was it to go through the entire process that put you here in Philadelphia?
Sucked. Hated it. Like I said, I'm thankful for the opportunity and where I'm at right now, but for 2 reasons. It's like, one, this is gonna sound like corny, but I always knew the game was a business and how crazy a business it was, but it took for me to be in it. I watch how they did I watch how they did this person. But it wasn't it never happened to me yet. So it was I always was aware of it, but it didn't hit me till it was damn. And then when you hit that feeling, because when you actually play the game for the passion and love of it, I'm a little kid sit out there. And then when you hear that, you damn, it kind of kills the spirit of that little kid in you that's been doing this for a long time. And then it hurt because I really, 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 really wanted to win in New York. There's nothing else that I wanted to do. I used to talk about it all the time. I used to try to manifest it. I dreamt about it. It's something I want to do. I want to be part of that team to bring that glory back to New York. And then I feel that 1 year, we finally had it, and then it kind of didn't go the way, negotiation didn't go the way I would have liked or whatever. And then you have to move on. So the moving on part is all right, it was hard because of I truly wanted to be in this place. I wanted to be that guy. I've talked to you, I wanted the Michael Strahan and, even Tiki, be at one place for your whole career, Ring of Honor and all that good stuff. But I'm a fool for thinking that. It's that's, the percentage of people that happen to is so small in this league. There's guys I'm on my team right now that's been part of 8 teams. So it's I'm still blessed and fortunate enough to be in the NFL, to play the game that I love after going through injuries and a devastating knee injury. And I'm still playing at a high level, and I know I still had it. So it's for me to move on from that part sucked. And then that's when I got to give kudos to, my fiance, to my boys, to my mom, my dad. They all had my back in that moment, so they made this transition so smooth. And then the love from Philly, when I got here, it was the love that I got, it was hey, you part of us, you one of us, come on. And you know what? The same passion I had when I was in New York is coming right here with me, and I'm gonna go out there and give my all every single time to try to show the city what's up.
The adversity, so you had the knee injury.
Yeah.
And then you had to come back from that. Like you said, you came back, played again in New York, balled out. We played 14 games. You did your thing. Everybody saw you could play again. But then you just talked about the business side of it. So you had the injury to bounce back from, but then you had the emotional drop of this is a business, which part motivated you more?
What part motivated me more? Probably the knee injury, but what part was harder? Definitely the business side. I would say definitely the business side. It got to a point where it's just messy, bro. Like, the business side is so messy, and then it comes like high school drama. Like, you see reports out there, like there's reports that are like, Saquon Barkley turned this down. And then I'm like, well, if I didn't say it and my agent didn't say it, who do you think it came from? And then they're in there, it's like, well, it didn't come for us. I think so. Me and you have a conversation, right? And I leave this room, and he goes on Twitter and says something that I said. Who you think said it?
Right.
If I didn't tell him that story, you know what I mean? So it's like, they're like, all right, well, he turned this down. And I'm like, all right, yeah, like the numbers, and like they never gonna tell the whole story, right? It's gonna make it sound good and whatever. But the numbers wasn't what it needed to be. And I was just like, all right, I would say I want to be a Giant for life. The owner told me that he wants me to be a Giant for life. Y'all saying I want to be a Giant for life. Give me something that matches up. And then the offers that they were giving me really didn't make any sense. And it was only a 2-year deal, which I'm like, okay, I get it, because then DJ basically just signed a 2-year deal. So I'm like, you want to tie us in? And I'm like, I'm with that, but the money that they didn't even give me, I was better off taking the tag twice when the first offer they have. Like, people don't see it that way. And like the Hard Knocks show, like, didn't show all the juicy stuff. It just made it seem juicy, but like in reality, like me and Joe had one conversation. And the conversation that we had was the one that we see on the phone. Like, the whole time they're telling me like, oh, we're gonna figure this out, we're gonna hit you up, talk to your agent, give you something by combine. Nothing comes by combine. So they called me. That clip you see me answering the phone is the day of the tag. My last time I like talked to him on the day of the tag, like, they signed DJ at 3:55 and then called me at 3:57. It was like, you're tagged. And I'm like, all right, okay, boom, 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 boom. But this time I'm like, I haven't talked to any of those guys from that whole point. I talked to Dave one time before, and Dave called me and was like, so, like, are you coming back? And I'm like, how am I gonna come back? Like, you guys didn't send me nothing. And he's like, well, you know, that's not, and I got nothing but love with Dave. And he's like, you know, that's not me. And I'm like, all right, I understand that. But it's like, well, ask me that question when like there's nothing there. And then the conversation that everyone see, I'm really like, I guess people don't like my tone or anything. I really, really, really should have handled that completely different. But again, shout out to my agent. He was just like, keep it short and sweet. But like, they really tried me low key, and they know they were on camera. Like, looking back in it, like, you know you're on camera, and like, he was laughing when he was doing it. He really set me up to be able so I can act a different way, and I didn't. I just stood true to myself, and I was like, I told you where I want to be, and no, it is what it is. But when you come back, like, I should have said something crazy. But I was just like, I told you where I want to be. Thank God, because like, you know, I said like they were filming.
Because now they could put out it could be a perception of you just from that one moment.
But no one knows the build-up, right? Like, everyone think we having a conversation, and it's like, no, I haven't had a conversation with any of them besides what you call Dave up until that moment. And the last game, we was out by the last game. So this is January. That phone call is what, March? Yeah. And like, so I had a lot of emotions build up in me, but you know, they thought I was gonna hit the open market and not really get what I want, and probably come back crawling. And my agent killed it, and he told me, don't worry, like, I got you, just put your trust in me. And I just sat back and just stood quiet, and he went out there and went to work for me, and you know, got me the deal that I have.
And that was one of those fuck around and find out moments.
Man, we got Sexy Rexy, who's a trailblazer in his own mind, but his real thing, the real trailblazer is Buddy, his dad, that 4-6 defense. People still copying that man to this day. And JBL, they're trailblazing with these Tour Pro 3s.
The JBL Tour Pro 3s are for those who don't want to conform to the standards and those who want to be the first to try something. And that's what we're all about at The Pivot.
The first earbuds on the market with the touchscreen case. Come on now.
With its new one-of-a-kind audio transmitter, it's got adaptive noise canceling. And you already know, Chan, you had the little baby crying on the plane. You'll never have to deal with that again with this JBL Tour Pro 3s.
Man, stop snoring next to me, bro. But I got my JBLs now.
Hey, Chan, I just found out I could put my own image on here. And shoot, who got more pictures than me? You already know I'm gonna be on that joint like this here. Yeah. Hey, I'll make sure though I find my joints when it's time.
First earbuds on the market with a touchscreen smart charging case. And it allows you to control your audio without even touching the phone. It's right here in the case. The first doesn't follow. Grab you a pair at jbl.com.
And I ain't gonna lie, Chan, since I got the JBL Tour Pro 3s, on the plane, bro, whether it's a podcast, obviously I love listening to The Pivot, or I'm listening to all the new music that drops, there's nothing like these. It's totally changed the experience for me. So go to jbl.com and get you a pair of these new JBL Tour Pro 3s.
You and your transition, because you do a lot as well off the field, with Saquon Barkley Family Foundation, transitioning between cities, what are the challenges in maintaining your role as the CEO of your foundation and still making sure that all of your philanthropic goals and endeavors are met?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm lacking in that area. I'm not as persistent as I've been in the past, and that is all calculated. I told my mom and everyone that works with my foundation, part of my family, this year is gonna chill out. Still doing stuff, like we had a gala back home. Now that I'm closer, I'm able to do stuff back home a lot more, but just trying to find foundations and groups that I can work with in Philly. I had all my groups in New York and New Jersey, so it's like, using this year to get my feet wet, go out here, ball out, focus on that, and then as next season comes and off season comes, really start finding the groups that we can work with and who we can align with. Because it wasn't really, you sign in March and you're here in April, and you don't want to just jump into something.
Right.
You want to do stuff because it's authentic and really try to have an impact and change on, your community, especially young kids. That's something that we really focus on, young kids, and that's what we kind of on pause right now, really focusing back on home, but as next season continues to grow, get more into that.
I remember going into a new locker room and I went into the Steelers, right? Something I know you're familiar with, and they had Coach Coward, and they had just won a Super Bowl. And they had this whole sort of life and organization that was built, and you got to try to fit in and figure people out, and it can be difficult. And now you go to Philadelphia, 2 years removed from an NFC championship. In the offseason, the two biggest stories are, the first story is Saquon Barkley. How does he help this team get back to a Super Bowl? The second story was, how does the quarterback and head coach relationship affect the team? We've seen all these different things about Nick Sirianni. He, had the thing with the fans after you guys come back and win the game at home. I believe it was against Cleveland. What can you tell us about Nick Sirianni and the passion he has for this game that we don't get to see or that we can't be privy to?
You have to understand, and I joked around and told him this, I could not stand that man. Like, being honest, I remember it was like, I think it was NFC divisional playoff game. It was one of those games where we played them, and you just see a clip, and like they were whooping our ass, and he's in there, he's going like this, like he's looking at the camera. So like, that was like the funniest thing for me, like coming into his life, and all of those guys, like I respected all of them, but at the same time, like, I've been getting beat by this team, and the year prior before, even when I didn't get the contract that I wanted with New York, like I would still show up to like the throwing trips and still, build chemistry with the guys, and we would do things, and after we're done, like whether it's a practice or whether we go out to eat, like we'll break it down, like, and this is how you beat the Eagles, because they were the team. Like, this is the team that we felt like we just went to divisional playoffs the year before, got beat by them, and like we want to make the step that we need to make, we got to beat Philly and we got to beat the Cowboys. So I had a really, I came in kind of like already like, looking at Nick like, yeah, I really kind of don't mess with you, but like we coaches, you my coach, I'm gonna make it work, and he blew me away, bro. Like you got to be yourself, you know what I mean? You got to be authentic, and like when he's doing to the fans, like I wasn't right by him, I don't know the exact things he said in the conversation, but it's like, be you, and we feed off of that, and like they ain't gonna fire you for being yourself. Like this business is about wins and losses, and if this team reacts to that and we feed off that, go out there and be yourself, man. He's an open door policy. He's a guy that I can pick up my phone at any time and call him, and he calls me, and we can have those conversations. He's always seeing what he can do better, and I'm always asking what I can do better. And he listens too. Like if I have an opinion or something, I'm like, I think this, or AJ say this, or Lane say this. Like he's open for it. Obviously, he's not like just like whatever we say, he just does. Like it doesn't just work like that. But he's so passionate about this game. He loves the game, and he's passionate about his team. He's passionate about his people. Like he got a lot of flack for bringing his kids on the thing after that, and everyone's thinking like, oh, he's doing that to deflect the answers or the questions, and I could see how it's taken from the media side, but in reality, like that whole week was about humble and hungry and family, and he's been preaching it that whole week, humble, hungry, and family, humble, hungry, and family. So like that was gonna happen no matter what. His family's gonna be there no matter what. So it's like, it sucks because, you know, the media that we in and people paint an image, and that's why you can't always judge a book by the cover, because I even had a opinion of him before I met him, but he's very passionate. He truly cares about people. He cares about this game, and I'm happy that he's our head coach.
I love that, man.
Like Bernie Mac on House Party. Be yourself. If people like you be yourself, well, fuck them.
Literally, right.
Well, speaking about the fans, and everybody saw the story with Nick Sirianni and yelling at the fans. The Philadelphia human beings are aggressive humans. You've been on both sides. You've been in the league for a while, so you just saw the fans. But I remember, because I used to talk trash when people talk trash to me. I remember somebody in Philly did the research and found out my dad got locked up. And they said, yeah, your dad got locked up. And when he was in there, he was a woman. And it made me turn around. I'm like, God damn, why would you say that to me? I'm a grown-ass man, too. So I saw the Phillies. So I played back with Vic and Andy Reid and all with it. So, like, but the Philly fans, so are they, because Philly fans, I don't want to, but there's nasty comes out. You done been in a lot of stadiums. You had a lot of fan bases. Are the Philly fans, well, use aggressive. Are they the most aggressive fan base in the league?
Hands down. I definitely can say they're aggressive. But like I said, it's kind of similar thing like with coming into the Eagles. You have opinion on them till you meet them. They are aggressive. They're different. They're passionate. I would say that. They're very passionate. But would you rather have a not passionate fan base? You know what I mean? Like do we like getting booed when it's 10-10 and, you know, it's still a good game and, like, you know, they made a big play? Do we like getting booed going in? No, but I'd rather be part of a culture in the city and a fan base like Philly than not, because then you buy into it too. And like they have expectation. Don't get me wrong, we have expectation for ourselves, but like they have expectation and they want to go out there and ball. Like I'm not all with the, you know, I don't believe in, you know, some people be like, hey, fans pay good money, like stay away from them. Like I don't bother with them, but at the same time, like I know you pay good money, but like I'm not no zoo animal. Like you're not gonna just, you like just because you pay money, you can't just speak to me or say whatever you want to me. It doesn't work like that. But at the same time, I know how passionate they are, and they're locked in. They're super, super locked in. Like I'm driving, and I'm in a fishbowl right now. I gotta change that. But I'm driving, and I'm like, they're like, fuck yeah, like they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you buy into it. You buy into it. They love the game, man, and it's kind of similar to how I feel like I was in college. Like you always chase that. You leave college, and then you guys can probably agree with me. You leave college, and like the atmosphere, like for me being at Penn State and playing in front of 110,000 people, and you know you could feel that energy. Like you have that energy. That drop that I had on Monday night, like that was the worst part of the game, obviously. But besides that, like that game was lit. And the only time I ever had that experience really was in the playoffs. So if we week 2, and Monday night, week 2 against the Falcons, like that, it was jumping. So it's like, I can't wait to get back out there and perform for those guys. And I love it. You know, at first, you know, you come in, you're like, a little bit. Yeah. 'Cause they're good too. Like when and they, like some of them know me. Like they'll be cursing me out saying Say. And like Say like my nickname from high school. And like only people who call me Say, like you actually know me. Or like I'm warming up, they're like, Anna, and like, cause my lady from Scranton, I'm just like, I see what y'all trying to do, but that was, so like they're like, it's fun though, it's fun to me, and now I don't got that side of it, unless, you know, when you're not performing. When I had that drop, I heard a little bit, but you know, you take it on the chin and roll with it.
Since coming to Philly, whether it be in the community or in the stadium, in the building, what's been your biggest surprise?
I would say with some of the guys on the team, how mature they are. AJ specifically, that's a good dude, man. He's a really, really good dude. You know, he challenges me in a lot of ways, and whether it's, you know, as a player, mental, within my faith, and there's a lot of guys like that. There's really a lot of guys like that on this team that generally care about you. And it's a weird feeling for me because I'm still like the new guy. But like even this week, like coming into the Giants week, like how many people came up to me, like just checking in on me, like just having my back. Even on the sideline during that game, after the drop, like just continue to remind myself that like just stay locked in and stay focused on the little things. And also like the love that they have for me, because it helped me going back to the confidence thing where you got to remind yourself who you are. Like, you know, they viewing me because they've gone against me and the coaches coach against me. So it's like, I'm in a little slump, I guess, within myself, but like they see me, I'm Saquon Barkley to them. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, I'm like, whoa, okay, you're right. I got to sharpen back up because there's things that I can do with this football. So I can't get caught out there looking like, oh, look at what Devontae doing with the ball. Look at what Jalen doing with the ball. Damn, look how good Lane Johnson is. It's like, I got to match that level too because we have all this talent. So it's like from just pushing me and then just the teammates. And, you know, AJ is someone that comes first to mind, just how mature they are, how passionate they are, and like, you know, challenge you in so many ways.
The impact you've made on this team and how being the new guy, a lot of how people see you is the way you prepare and help a team win games. You were always going to be a good dude, right? And they would love you as the human, but it's about what you put on the field as well. And that's how you ingratiate yourself into a locker room. This is totally off the subject. Have you been watching Derrick Henry, bro?
You heard him?
So
Yeah,
I texted,
we're watching Derrick.
I texted him last night because I told him on the show. I was like, "Hey man, 10 for 10." You know what I'm saying? I was like, in the hole, me and you by ourselves, I feel like I'd tackle you 10 out of 10 times.
Oh, you're crazy.
I texted him last night and I said 5 out of 10.
Oh, Lord.
50% ain't bad.
I said 5 out of 10.
That's not bad.
He need to slow down.
Bro,
He need to slow down. He need to slow down.
like when you watch Derrick Henry at this stage of his career do that, bro, what's from another elite running back, how do you see that sort of performance?
As a competitor, I hate it because I'm like, you know, we all want that rushing title. And he already got some. You know what I mean? I came second or third a couple times. He already got some, so he could slow down. It's funny you said that. I actually messaged him today on IG, like, you know, keep balling. And he got back to me saying, you know, same to you. But I love it because, man, fuck analytics, bro. I'm so tired of that shit. Like, and that was something that was, you know, kind of in the past where it's like, but the analytics show this, and don't put numbers on me. Don't put numbers on Derrick Henry. Don't put numbers on this player. I want to be one of the best players to ever play, one of the best running backs to play. Like, you know, Barry was in his 30s rocking out. Like, or he left early 30s. AP was in his 30s rocking out. Emmett was in his 30s rocking out. You was in your 30s.
I was rocking out in
Rocking
my 30s.
out. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like, so I love that he's a 30-year-old running back and he's balling. And like, I don't get into, you know, I don't pocket watch. Like,
Yeah.
Everybody get your money, get your paper, but there are a lot of people right now that are getting paid a lot more than Derrick Henry. And what are we really talking about?
I also don't like that you said I was crazy
I'm
quick.
I'm gonna be real with you, but you listen, you was tough. You was tough. You was tough.
He said,
10-10?
He said, you tripping.
10-10?
What about this one? In the hole.
But see, he could make me miss
Oh,
too,
Lord.
though.
Now you pulling back. Now the Derrick done tighten you up.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. Hey, Jay, I've been watching the film this year saying Derrick. Say hit old boy in the middle of the field last week. I was like, dang, like a lot of times, like that, I made that tackle. Like that tackle felt easy to me. Boys ain't coming close no more.
I will say this, though,
dead leg
they
he be
ain't-
throwing them dudes.
They ain't like you no more though. Like they ain't trying to boom. Like you was booming. Like they ain't really trying to boom. Like it's more of it's like, especially when you get one-on-one, it's more of a like, save the day. How can I get them down and play the next snap? So it's not like it was back in the day where people coming down booming. So it's like for me, I don't even have to have that much run with that much toughness or aggressiveness because one, automatically I'm a bigger back. So it's like when you see me running, you're like, okay, that's a bigger back. So you have to prepare for me like I'm about to run through you. But then if you watch a film, you know my feet is quick and like I'm able to make a jump cut or make cuts at a sudden movement. So I'm always at an advantage because more times than not, I got guys on their heels. So it kind of makes it a lot easier for me. But in reality, the hardest person to tackle, and I guess I'm giving a scoop of myself, the hardest people to break is people that are just like, and coming right at you. And then you miss, you're going to miss big, but you catch them, you're going to catch them big too.
Hey, I used to always tell him, if I miss, I'm gonna miss fast, and I'll miss them back to you.
Roll into the locker room.
Hey, I'm gonna miss them back. Troy used to always say, RC, the reason I'm good is I always miss to help.
No, he's definitely more. I think he's harder to tackle. He can get from A to C. Derrick is gonna start downhill and go from A to B, from A gap to B gap.
He hit 21 miles per hour Monday night, bro.
Hey, listen.
At 250.
Just amazing. Certainly can do it all. They both can do it all. And you said you're looking at the rushing leader, but you sat out from 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, and those were opportunities. You would be second right now behind Derrick if you stayed in the game. But we do understand that the decision was made. There's tons of more football left to play, so still a lot of opportunity. But yet, certainly, man.
It never could be forced, though.
It can't be forced.
That's how I feel like. I put the work in, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
And like now, I've never really, like, still I'm not like looking like, oh, I want the rushing title. We so early. Everybody, you know, as a competitor, you want it. But before early in my year, I was more used as an every down back. Like I would catch the ball more. So like I really wouldn't get caught up in the rushing yards because it's like 2,000 is 2,000 me. Like my rookie year, I had like 2,000 all-purpose yards, and I had 340 or 330 touches, something like that, with like 2 racks. So like it's like 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 me. Yeah. Now it's a little different. Like I shouldn't really be catching the ball here. We have a AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, some pretty Jahan Dotson, some pretty good talent. So I feel like if I want to be the guy that I say I am and that I want to be, you got to have one of those.
Speaking of y'all talking about running backs and all these rushing titles and all, did you know that Tiki Bar about to whoop his ass? Because you brought his name up earlier, so Tiki was about to wear his ass out a couple years back. Remember when Tiki was about to whoop your ass?
When I took up for Saquon?
He almost put pause on you?
First off, Saquon.
You think you about to wear his ass out?
Saquon, I put on Twitter, I said, hey guys, I'm not finna do all this back and forth. Tell me where y'all work. You and your friends, we can go have a conversation behind closed doors. Whatever happens, happens. But it happened because I felt a certain way about what he said about you.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I think as OGs and people who have been in locker rooms, you need to tell the truth about your experiences with some people. I have seen him, and he shook my hand, so I'm not going to rehash it, Channing.
Channing's an instigator, man.
But like I stand on what I say, man. I've been around you too much. I just feel like if we are true to who we're supposed to be, and like I really rock, if I rock with somebody enough where I'll text them and I'll check on them or we cool, I'm not gonna let people just say things out the side of their mouth when I have a different opinion or when I know somebody to be of a different cloth than you're trying to make that human. Yeah. And if we got this platform, I feel like that's what we got it for. But you stupid, because that was not finna happen. Like, we ain't finna let that happen. Say, I do have like one more.
I would have put bread on you.
Huh?
I would have put bread on you.
You should. Yeah. All of it.
Yeah. It gets deeper than that. She gets involved. Hey, Fred. I ain't gonna even tell the story. I think you were busy.
He wasn't there when it happened.
Hey, but she's like, hey, there's Tiki and there's RC. Go over there, Fred. I'm like, so loud.
I heard that story. I said, you about to get your ass boy out?
This guy.
He said he ain't playing.
Get off me, dog. Like, for real. Because I don't even play like that. Say, man, I do like my last thing for you, man. I know you have to go. Like our show is like it's a sports show, but like it's about people, man. Just in all of these processes of maturing, you got baby girl. Like, how have you felt yourself truly growing? Like, what has that process been? And can you look back from the place you're in now and see how far Saquon Barkley, the man, has come? Yeah,
I mean, I still got so much more to improve on, whether it's a brother, a friend, a partner, and faith in all areas of life. But I feel like a prime example would be last week. I think if I was in that situation 2, 3, 4 years ago, I would have handled that so much more different. I would have felt in a place of my heart where I wanted vengeance. I would have felt like how look at me. going out there with that mindset. But I've been through a lot in a short, part of my career, whether it's adversities, whether it's, facing injuries, but you got to learn from that too, right? And that's something that my father taught me at a young age. And my father and my older brother always been honest and open about all of the mistakes that they've made in their life. And I felt like that's why it helped me be able to get to where I'm at right now, because I've learned from those mistakes. So same what I'm gonna do with my kids and staying with myself is like, all right, I had a situation where I didn't have a good game. It was against the Steelers. Everybody was yapping, blah, blah, blah. And like, I came out with the mindset where like, you know what, like I'm gonna show motherfuckers. Like, and it wasn't like I'm gonna show motherfuckers that I'm that guy. Like, I was going out there to like ball out. Like, I had like an idea what I was gonna do after the game, what I was gonna say on the post game, and like I was gonna have that moment like where I'm gonna be up there with my chest out saying like, yeah, I'm messing with the wrong one. Like, I'm really like that. And you still have to have that competitive side and that edge. But then I went out there, I tore my knee, like boom, pop, and like it literally like I feel like, everything happens for a reason, and God has funny ways of humbling you. And in that moment, like, I will never allow myself to let that happen. So when it came to this part, like that was something that was a little concern of mine. I was just like, I'm not gonna allow myself to get back to that place that I was, because it was all teed up for me. Everything was there, even after the game, even after I did, like everybody, like I could have went out, I could have went on IG, like I could have said this, like I could have boom, 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 like I could be on here right now popping my shit, but it's not about that, bro. It's not about that. Life is too short. I'm here, I'm living in the moment, focusing on details. I'm healthy, I'm paid, I have a beautiful family, I have amazing friends, I have an unbelievable life. Like, I'm in a situation where, like, you know what, like, I feel like I could pick up the phone and call any of you guys right now and y'all gonna shoot me straight. Like, not everybody has that, you know what I mean? Like, anytime I want to talk ball, like, I can call him, I can call Marshall, I can call this, like, man, like, why trip over stuff that doesn't matter, that's not important? Focus on the things that matter. And I always still gotta remind myself, because times and stuff come up, but just being locked in and so consumed with just enjoying life and enjoying the process and loving myself and loving others has been so helpful for me. And I'm gonna continue to do that.
Well, a wise
You know what? No, quickly, because he said he wants advice from OGs. I tell you, I saw a video of you running up the stairs in some cream jeans or something.
You going with the legs, man?
Bro, you need to tell your tailor to put some more fucking denim in your pants, because you wearing these cream ass tank top tights, and it is, bro, you got money now. Get a little more.
Hey, bro, I be squatting, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be in there.
But man, hey, a wise caption once said, man, it is what it is, it was what it was, brother.
You're right now.
Blessings, brother.
Appreciate you.
All love, appreciate it, man.
And that's a wrap.
Funny, bro. You need like a stand-up show or something.
He do.
I do.
He has stand up now.
You got your own stand-up show?
Yeah. No.
For real?
I went once. I couldn't go back. I was.
Say.
I was
Let me. Hey, you be traveling?
Yeah, I got to do New York, D.C.
Yeah,
and
let me.
Atlanta.
When
I
you
was
in that,
all in like South Florida,
Alright,
Georgia.
yeah.
and all
When you
that
out there, yeah, I'll come that way.
Bro.
I got you,
You
bro.
funny as
Yeah, bro,
hell.
that joint, and you know it all comes around to his penis. Like the show starts and ends. So I'm just
I like it.
with his penis, dog. Like it ain't.
That's the most useful part of my body.
Hold up, limitless. Niggas to me, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, got me up. On the mission, got me up. Knowing me, I got the key. On this vision, I can trust. Limitless. Niggas to me, got pinning it. I fought the head to witness it. Got my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling.